Well, hello, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us. This is our very first presentation about a new program that I'm very excited about. It is called our GLP-1 Trilogy products, and the company is called Nelo Life that is sponsoring this product line. And I'm very excited about it because I personally have several people who are on a GLP-1 type drug, and I'm not necessarily a big fan of that because of the potential side effects. So I was delighted when one of our formulators, Paul Myhill, introduced this new product line to us at our Nelo Life conference a few weeks ago. So I joined Nelo Life about 11 months ago, April of last year, when I saw all the different amazing products they had at such a huge discount. I spend a lot of money on my nutrition, so the fact that I could get nutritional products and everyday items that we need and use all the way up to very sophisticated cutting edge products at up to 60% off. I have shifted, I'd say 80% of what I normally buy over to Nelo Life, and I'm saving a lot of money. So a little bit about this clinical trial. So when we were in Orlando, the 250 Nelo Life affiliates who were there for this product launch were all gifted this clinical trial. The first 30 days, we all get our products for free. Now, we do need to track our progress, document everything, and of course, be compliant, because you don't want to have a product out there and then go out and sabotage yourself eating the wrong things. So we are very blessed to be able to do this program for free. Well, when we came home and we were so excited about it, all of our friends and families like, well, I want to do that too, because we don't really know how long it's going to be before these products will be available to the general public from our store. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about this. Okay, so we're going to first meet Paul Myhill. I mentioned him before. He's the formulator of one of my other favorite products called Stellamar. I was actually taking 3 different products prior to learning about Stellamar that had the same function, but were about 3 times as much. One was a stem cell support product, one was a telomere support product, and one was called ARE, or antioxidant response element. Those 3 combined were about $270. So I was delighted when I found out that Paul had brought that particular product to us, and it was only going to be $79. So he is my hero for a lot of reasons, starting with that one. Paul is very accomplished in his work as a formulator. You can see here he's had over 45 scientific studies produced. He's got 7 domestic patents and international patents. He's been the recipient of many different awards. He has does a lot of work with children, particularly helping them get out of trafficking and enslavement of kids around the world. He's been very, very blessed because of what he's accomplished with his formulating, that he does not need to do this anymore, but he does. He helps people with the formulation of products because he truly wants to help people. And then the money, a lot of the money he uses, he puts back into these children's programs. So no matter what part of Paul's life you want to focus on, you will know him as a brilliant innovator, iconic scientist, and a lifelong champion for children. His dietary supplements, like products I just mentioned to you, have surpassed over $2.5 billion in accumulative sales. So this is not someone that you're going to take lightly. I promise you, when you dive into these products and the products that he's formulated in the past, you will realize that he is very thorough, and he does not just put something out there with inferior products that's not going to work. Some of his cutting edge products, as I mentioned before, are specifically designed for cellular regeneration, repair, and rejuvenation. And we all need help with that. You know, if you're just around electricity living in this crazy world we're in, you need your cells to regenerate and repair. These are some of the places that Paul has been featured: USA Today, CNBC, Today, Good Morning America, so many different places. And now he's launching this new product line, but I can tell you he will be all over the news as soon as we launch, especially when our clinical trial comes out. And so you'll learn a little bit more about the products a little bit later, but the first one's called a foundation stimulation. Basically, it's a vanilla or chocolate shake. Love his names. The next one's a bioactive protein booster. And the third one is a calorie burner and cell protector. This is some of the pictures of Paul when we were in Orlando. You can see a lot of our friends in these two slides. I just love that he was such a personable guy and was thrilled to get out and talk to everybody, and just really loves it when people interact with him and ask questions in our social media groups as well. So let's talk a little bit more about the epidemic, the problem that we have right now. The statistic, a number of people that are either overweight or obese in the United States is staggering. And of course, we need a solution for that. So the pharmaceutical industry came up with some quote unquote great solutions. They've taken drugs that were specifically for like diabetics, and they found out that they could lose weight on them. So now they've relabeled them as weight loss drugs, and they're giving them to anybody and everybody without a whole lot of taking a look at what else is going on in their health. And whenever you realize this, I mean, these are expensive. The normal price of these are $1,000 to $1,300 a month. Now, some insurance will pay for it, but there are many people out there that are paying full price for it. So if you look at this, it's literally a $1 trillion global impact, all these different shots that are out there. We have what's called a gut-brain connection, and we're going to go into that a little bit more. But basically, your gut brain is what tells your brain when you are full and satisfied and when you need to eat. When you have no appetite, which is basically what these shots do, they almost make food repulsive. Many people have told me that their desire to eat their favorite foods or even drink a beverage has gone to the point where, they almost have to force themselves to eat. And, I think we all enjoy savoring tasty foods. Now, you certainly don't want to gorge yourself on it, but, the idea of, feeling physically sick whenever you eat something that is one of your favorites, that's a very sad thing. So this no appetite is actually leading to some people being malnourished, because if your calorie count is so low, yes, you're losing weight, but you're losing muscle. They call it Ozempic butt for a reason. You just wither away to nothing. And then when you're starving your organs, that's when your organs will start failing on you. And so, you might lose weight, but are you really healthier? GI issues, stomach paralysis. One of my friends, and she may actually be on this Zoom right now, told me one of her coworkers actually got this side effect, stomach paralysis. You know what happens when your stomach gets paralyzed? You have to go into the doctor on a regular basis for them to empty it. Yes, who wants that? Taking them forever. Can you believe that, they've told people when they get started on these that you will be on this the rest of your life if you want to maintain the weight loss. Well, who wants the potential side effects or the expense for the rest of their life? Or who wants to hate food the rest of their life? There has to be a better way so that we can lose the weight, maintain our good health, and not be attached to something with such potential side effects. Doesn't work for some people. There are plenty of people out there that they've spent the money, they've taken the products for a period of time, 3 or 4 months, and they've lost like 5 or 10 pounds. I wouldn't take those risks for 5 or 10 pounds. I can tell you a whole lot of ways, not even about Nelo Life or our product, where you can lose 5 or 10 pounds with no side effects. The miracle weight loss drug fatalities. When I looked at this, I wanted to cry. This is so sad. These are people that this lady wanted to slim down for her daughter's wedding, and she died from gastrointestinal illness after months of vomiting and diarrhea. That breaks my heart. So now there are hundreds of people who have died trying to lose weight. On a side note, goodness, 25 years ago, I wanted to lose 50 pounds, and I hired a personal trainer. And in one lower body workout, I ended up at Kennestone Hospital on dialysis. I did lose 27 pounds in the 13 days I was there on dialysis because of nonstop vomiting, but that wasn't permanent, and it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I understand the people being desperate to try something like this. I just hired a personal trainer, but you can have deadly consequences, with a lot of different things, crazy personal trainers, or, shots that have deadly side effects. So when death is a possible side effect, it should not be called safe and effective. Who wouldn't agree with that? Suicidal thoughts. This is another side effect. And, they've got rare psychiatric events linked to Ozempic and some of the other ones. Some people, and, I mean, I hate to say it, but my mom used to take, and I don't even know what kind of diet pills it was, but when I was growing up, my mom used to take diet pills, and she would have such horrific mood swings and was literally suicidal sometimes. So I can absolutely believe that this would be the case. When you start working with your mind and altering it to believe it's full when you've had nothing to eat, you've got to realize you're probably messing with some other brain waves in there too. I've heard of some people, just having rage, while taking this, just being mad at everybody. So, it's something that everybody should be aware of. Too many long-term unknowns. What happens when you've been on Ozempic for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? A lot of people have side effects that are, very costly within 6 months. But what about people who are really on this for a long time? I mean, I had breast cancer 3 years ago and a double mastectomy a year ago in March. And I wasn't doing anything crazy like this. So my thoughts are, this is something that's so radical, I feel like is going to really throw a lot of higher rate of diseases for a lot of different things. I mean, two things I'm thinking of is colon cancer and stomach cancer. The whole idea of the shot is you give yourself the shot and it slows down your digestion. It makes you feel like you're full, and your food stays in there longer. And that's why it leads to constipation. And then you take something, it leads to diarrhea. And so there's just a vicious cycle. And so, I just really, really, really am concerned about the long-term side effects. And I hope that people, if you do take the shot, would make it a short-term thing and then wean into something else that's more safe and natural, hopefully like our Nelo 1 Trilogy product. Nutrient absorption is needed. This I thought I was kind of funny, not funny. Nestle sees obesity drugs raising demand for nutrition products. Well, why were they making products without good nutrition to begin with? Hello, I mean, we all need to have nutrient-dense food, on a daily basis. It shouldn't need, come as a demand because people are losing weight and need something that's healthy. Some people need to stop. Well, I personally think they all need to stop. But some people, because of the side effects, or they just choose to, because they're miserable, they need to stop and they need a solution, because you don't want to have spent all that time, money, and suffering to then just turn around and gain all the weight back. And then, of course, some people take it for a while and then it stops working. And then you're afraid to quit using it because, well, okay, I've lost 40 pounds. I'm not losing anymore. I'm on a plateau. But if I stop, will I gain it back? Other alternatives have failed. So many different companies have come out with, their version of the GLP-1, I call it the wannabes, mostly capsules and stuff like that, that they sell them at, nutrition shops or in the health food aisle. And those can run anywhere from $59 to $259, but they're not proven. They don't have the track record behind them. And many of them have failed. So that's why we are introducing our solution to this problem is coming from Nelo Life and Paul Myhill, who is our formulator. He has a new all-natural GLP-1 solution to the weight loss problem, and it's called Trilogy. So we have Foundation Stimulation. It's a nutrient-dense shake mix, and it has chocolate cream or vanilla cream. In your 30-day trial, you will get one of each. Later on, you will be able to pick and choose and get what you want. You also have the Calorie Burner Cell Protector. I wish I could tell you I know what all those DPP4 mean. Everything I have now is something I got out of our Facebook page, and I will show you how to get into that later. So I am not an expert. I just read and learn. And the third one is the bioactive protein booster. And this is the part that's going to help to activate those healthy hormones that tell your body that you are full and satisfied. And the reason it's going to tell your body you're full and satisfied is because of the ingredients in that. And plus, you're taking a nutrient-dense shake, so your body is full and satisfied. Now, that's not all you're eating. You're going to have 3 small meals a day, and you'll get more instructions instructions with the program, but these are the 3 products, and you'll actually get 4, but it's 3 different ones that you're going to be getting in the program. As I said before, this foundation stimulation, this is a nutrient-dense shake mix. He says it's called bioactive. He trademarked that. It's a bioactive protein complex. It has 40 essential nutrients, gut health probiotic strains, gut hormone stimulation, a bunch of letters. Okay, our calorie burn cell protector, and this is stimulant free. It's not going to have something that's going to make your heart race or make you jittery where you feel like you need to crawl out of your skin. It's the DPP4 inhibitor, and that's anti-GLP-1 scavenger. Yeah. Metabolism thermogenesis booster, metabolism thermogenesis cell protector. And lastly, we have our bioactive protein booster. This has gut health triglycerides, gut health resistant starch blend, gut health dietary fiber. And this, you probably can't see it very well, but if you look at this later, you can look and see how Trilogy compared to other drugs. Like they both have a long-lasting GLP-1 stimulation. Trilogy, you can take it daily. It's flexible. With the shot, you take it one day a week, and then you're not hungry the whole week. So say you have an anniversary and you want to go out and enjoy a nice meal with your wife. If you want to not take the Trilogy products that day so that you have a normal appetite, you can absolutely do that. If you're on the shot, then you're not hungry for a week. So if you look down here, we're not going to have the mental side effects. We're not going to have the physical side effects. And you'll be able to look into this later. But basically, if you look at the checks and balances, we're going to win out on every one of them. We have 2 ways to participate in the Nelo Life GLP-1 clinical trial. The first thing you would need to do, because this is a Nelo Life trial, is become an affiliate. Now, it's $40 per year. The first $20 is going to go to the company, and then they ask that you make a $20 donation to any charity. It can be your church, the Girl Scouts, it doesn't matter. There's just a little place in your back office where you'll document who your charity is that you paid that to. With that, you're going to have an optional business opportunity. If you start losing weight and everyone says, "What are you doing?" You can actually refer other people and make money with that. And so you're going to have an income, and you're also going to have tax benefits. So you become an affiliate plus, so that's the first part, plus you need to either become a lifestyle member. The lifestyle member is $59 per month. Well, the Nelo Life clinical trial is only 1 month. So I say get the $59 membership, kick the tires, do it for a month. If you don't love it, then drop your membership after the trial is over down to what's called a life shopper. So with the $59 membership, you can start and stop the monthly fee at any time. If you wanted to pay for the entire year, you can get 1 month free. It includes up to 60% off on life travel. Yes, we have cruises, hotels, car rental, Cirque du Soleil, amusement parks. Our life shop, that's the nutritional supplements where you're going to find the GLP-1 program. And then we have life perks, and we're going to have Renee go into more detail of that in a minute. And then the third way is to become, or the second option is become just a life shopper. And that's when after you're an affiliate, you would enroll as a life shopper, and that's $10 a month or $100 for the year. And that's up to 60% off on all the nutrition, hair care, and skin care. So besides the monetary part, you're going to have to do a couple more things, and whoever invited you will send you the links for this. But you're going to follow Paul Myhill, and sometimes he's in Facebook jail because the pharmaceutical companies don't love what he's saying, and every once in a while he'll get in Facebook jail for saying something. But we have a Facebook group, and this is where you're going to have all kind of questions, answers. It's called Trilogy Discussion and Testimonials, and I put the link in there for you to join that. And the last thing, and you don't have to join this, you just like this page, it's just Trilogy Health, and Paul will have lots of information in there as well. So the details and the cost for the 30-day clinical trial, there will be a total of 1,000 people in the trial. 250 Nelo Life affiliates who attended the March event in Orlando will get the clinical trial and get the products for free. The next 750 Nelo Life affiliates who want to be in the trial can purchase the 30-day supply for approximately $150. I don't know if that's going to add tax and shipping and all that other stuff, but I'm just saying approximately $150. And that's going to be about half the cost of the discounted products when they go on sale with Nelo Life. As I said before, everything in our life shop is 20 to 60% off retail, so it's probably gonna be 20 or 30% off the retail price. So just know that, going forward, it could be, if you're doing the whole program around 300, but that's far better than the 1,000 to 1,300 from the traditional program. And you're replacing a meal each day. The pack will have 2 of the foundation stimulation shake mix, 1 calorie burner and 1 bioactive protein booster. Some affiliates will be invited to continue in the trial up to 90 days. They're going to be selected based on their record keeping and progress during the 30-day program. So please get with the person who invited you to this presentation, let you know to get you in the Trilogiii Facebook group and get you on the Nelo Life affiliate or lifestyle affiliate. And so just get back to the person that invited you to take a look at this presentation very quickly, because right now I think we've got 723 people in the Facebook group. And that's kind of like the third criteria. You become an affiliate and then you get in the Facebook group, like the Facebook page, and that's where they will announce, hey, it's time to order your products. You'll have your account set up. And so when they tell you it's time, you'll just go in your back office and then select the products and then have them shipped to your house. There will be a tape measure. I'm sure we all have one, but there's going to be a tape measure. There's going to be a shaker cup in there, along with instructions and a way for us to track ourselves. And I just encourage everybody to invite other people to get involved, because the more people we have to support us and cheerlead for us and hold each other accountable, I think the better we're all going to be and the better the results will be for the program. So I want to thank you again. Bye, everyone.